Hi guys, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork.com and welcome to our full review of the Nokia Lumia 925. The 925 is a flagship Windows Phone 8 device on the T-Mobile network, and it's got lots of really cool features. It's got, of course, that pure view camera in the rear. It's also got a new thin design, composite build, lots of really cool stuff. Now we've taken our time to give you this review, so why don't we just jump in, check it out, and find out why we like the Lumia 925. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the Lumia 925. 925 comes with a 4.5-inch pure motion HD display, 720p, clear black, great in sunlight. You also have that 1.9 front-facing camera. The rear, you have an 8.7 pure view camera, but with 6 lenses, so only lens ratio only matches the 1020. Dual flash, not a xenon flash. I made the mistake in unboxing, I apologize. You've got the 3 prongs here for your wireless charging back cover, and your speaker grill is right below. Now, of course, you do have your physical buttons on the side here, and you can see the aluminum build all around with these nice black markings to kind of set the edges for you. On the top, you have the 3.5mm jack, which is a different placement. We used to be at the bottom, and then you also have your micro SIM tray, as well as, sorry, your 3.5mm jack was on the top, is your micro USB port was at the bottoms, now on the top. This is powered by a dual core Snapdragon processor, clocked at 1.7 gigahertz with 1 gig of RAM. Now, this is a very thin device. You can see how thin it is, and you know, even in comparison to the S3, it is still a very thin device. Now, this is, you know, the S3 with a back cover plate. So it's a very thin device, and just to quickly show you, because that's the closest device I had with me. And the Amber update allows you to do a lot of things. The Amber update is the latest update for Windows Phone, as well as Nokia Lumia devices. Amber update with GDR2, and it's got the peek feature where you can actually peek and it shows you the time. And if we double tap, we can actually unlock our device. Now, this of course is standard Windows Phone 8, so you can still customize your tiles and all that fun stuff. Now, with this update, Nokia has allowed you to have a couple of new applications like the Pro Camera app, as well as you now have a YouTube uploader. So you have a slew of applications from Nokia here, which they're great. The Smart Cam, Pro Camera, and so on and so forth, as well as the video trimmer, which we'll take a look in a second. But let's go into the settings quickly and take a look at some of the things we have in the settings here. So if we scroll all the way to the bottom, you see we have call SMS filter. We can now block calls and block SMSs. So people who annoy you, you can cut them off as soon as you want to. We also have the display and touch feature, which allows you to set the sunlight readability, battery saving brightness, and also Lumia color profile. We can actually customize this profile, change the color temperature, as well as the color saturation in whichever direction we want. And then we have the touch glance for touch sensitivity at high, double tap to wake, which we showed earlier, as well as the peak functionality. We can peak or we can leave it always on, so, or timed, whichever way we want, and we can actually set it that way for you. So you have those extras there. You do have storage check, which allows you to check your storage and what your storage is using, and that's a nice cool feature, just showing you what applications are using and how much it does, and it kind of goes through to show you what you actually have there. You also have the audio equalizer. It's great. It's a great tool because it's powered by Dolby Digital, and works, of course, with your headphones plugged in. So once you have headphones in, you can actually use it. You can use the enhancements and audio leveling, and also flip to silent while listening to music. So let's look at some of those applications here. Now, one of them, before we get to the Nokia ones, is DataSense. Now, DataSense is something Microsoft announced earlier, which is only on Verizon Windows Phone devices, but now it's here on the 925 on T-Mobile. And what allows you to do is to set your data limits, and so you can manage the amount of data you use. I have 890 on cellular, 2.9 gigs on Wi-Fi, so it shows you the kind of applications they're using, you know, using that kind of data. Apps are using the most amount of data on Wi-Fi or cellular, all that kind of fun stuff. So you can go through all together and see what you have and set your limits for those there. Now, Nokia's slew of applications. Nokia has a lot of applications here, and of course the main one we're concerned about is the ProCam app, which we can launch there, or you can set up to launch from the camera button, and that brings the application up for you. Now, the app allows you to take the best pro style camera for shots. Now, the Lumia 925 does have digital zoom, not physical zoom like the 1020, so there will be some limitations to how great your pictures will look. But in the settings here, you do have a lot of functionality. You can switch to the front-facing camera. You've got a shutter delay. So what that allows you to do is delay your shots. So if you take this, you put in here, you can see the shot will be delayed and timed. And it does that for you. It takes some very good shots. You also have bracketing, so you can set bracketing for your photos. And you can also set a photo review here. And I would jump into the tutorial. There, so you still have the tutorial in there. Now the settings allow you to set your aspect ratio and keep recording in 30 frames, 24, 25 frames a second with 200 hertz bass in there. So camera is very good, but definitely check out our camera sample test so you guys can make an assumption for yourself. But I do like, and I think it's pretty much the second best camera on any device. Now what we have here is, this is also a device that has wireless charging, but to do that you need a wireless charging backplate. And I have my Man of Steel wireless charging backplate. It's very light, doesn't add that much weight to your device, and you simply just snap it at the bottom and clip on all sides. Take your wireless charging stand. I have one from Tilt. Boom, there you go. Vibrates and it's charging. I'll show you that there clearly. And that's a really cool feature. And I also like the wireless charging backplate because it really is a backplate cover. This has a white back cover here, so on the Lumia 925, so it can pack up dirt, dust, all that fun stuff, which you don't like. But with this, I know my stuff is protected, and I also have the Man of Steel right there. So let's go ahead and round up this review. At the beginning of this review, I did say we did like the Lumia 925, and really it's a device to like. Now, it's a Windows Phone 8 device, so which means software we've covered so many times with other Windows Phone devices. But cool thing is, of course, this is a Lumia device. You've got that very thin profile, which is very nice, and I must say is a true benefit to this device. It's also got a pure view camera. It's got 6 lenses, which trumps the other Lumia devices other than the 1020, and I think this really puts it at that very high stage. Of course, the 1020 has the best camera, but this is pretty much the second best camera on any Lumia device. It's very light, it's very comfortable to use. Now, the wireless back cover plate. Now, initially I thought, you know what, I wanted wireless charging built in, and yeah, it's something I think should be there, but this back cover plate that acts like a case, I think is wonderful. Again, I have the Man of Steel case, and the fact that it doesn't impede on the design, it doesn't cover the whole thing, is actually pretty cool, and I like it, and I think it adds a whole element. Some people may not, and some people may or may not like it. You know, that's something else different. And quick note, if you want a Man of Steel back cover case and you have a Lumia 920, send me a private message. So of course, you have to subscribe to my channel, send me a message to subscribe, send me a message. I've got a couple more and I can send it out to you. This is a nice device. The Nokia software does a lot to add to the Windows Phone experience. The fact that the Pro Camera app is there, the Amber update allows for that. Also, you have here maps and all the applications in there that Nokia has provided really goes a long way to make this a very, very solid device. Hopefully we'll see Nokia build on this, and as rumors have suggested, they're looking to replace the 920 and other 900 devices with the 925 as their all-around device on other carriers, and I think that's a very good choice. But to me, the 925, if you're a T-Mobile customer looking for a Windows Phone, is a definite buy. This is actually my daily driver now because I'm also a T-Mobile customer, so this is my device on T-Mobile. So if you guys have any questions or any comments about the Lumia 925, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder E saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment.